freezing cold outside, and you're probably wondering why I'm doing a video. Well, I have been asked in the past how I make my chow mein. So today I thought I was making it for dinner anyway, so I thought, well, I'd make a video and show you guys how I make it. Now, I make a couple different types of chow mein. This one, however, is one that I make quite a bit, and it's really, really good. It really tastes like takeout. So this one too is vegetarian. There's no meat in it. So what I do is I always serve meat on the side. So tonight I'm making sweet and sour pork to go with it. Sometimes I'll just barbecue a steak to go with it. You could add chicken or beef if you wanted to in it. I have done that in the past, but this one in particular, I really like it better without meat in it. So it's really simple. And I've never, like I said, I've never made a cooking video before. So I'm going to, and I'm doing it on my phone. I'm not a professional. So just bear with me. I'll try to edit it as best I can. So there's not like I don't have a written recipe for it. It's just in my head. So what I've done is I've measured everything out for you guys, and I'll do my best just to walk you through it. So I'm going to show you the ingredients first, what you're going to need. My tripod doesn't go right down to the counter, so I'm going to have to lift stuff up so you can see it. So anyway, so the first thing you need is chopped celery. So actually it's diced, not too big and not too small, just a nice dice, right? And this is about 2 cups that I chopped. So that was probably about 4 really big stalks. The second thing you need is mushrooms. So I use, you can use brown mushrooms, you can use white mushrooms, whatever. I peel mine and I take the stalks out, and then I just slice them. You can cut your mushrooms however you like. If you like to use the stalks in them, you can do that. If you just like to wipe them, you can do that too. I choose to peel the outer skin off and take the stalk out. So this is probably about, I would say, 3 cups or more mushrooms. I like lots of mushrooms in my chow mein, and so does my family. So that's why I put you can put more or less, or if you don't like mushrooms, you don't even have to put them in. The third thing you need is bean sprouts. So, and these, this is about probably again about 3 cups or 4 cups. You can choose to use less, but I will tell you though, this chow mein definitely needs the bean sprouts in it. Okay, so now, and then the fourth thing you need, sorry, is soy sauce. So I always use China Lily. I'm not endorsing, it's not a paid endorsement or anything like that, but for me, it's the best soy sauce around, so that's what I use. So I kind of eyeballed it. And I poured just over 1/4 cup here. I may use it all, I may not. It depends on what it looks. I do it by eye, right? So, so I'm going to start with just what I have in here, and if I don't use it all, that's great. If I need to put some more, then I'll tell you that too. Okay, and so the 5th thing you need is chicken stock. So I use the Better Than Bouillon chicken base. That's what I use. You can use whatever. You can use the Tetra Pak, Campbell's chicken stock, whatever. It's got to be chicken stock though, not beef. Okay, and the very last thing that you need are 4K chow mein noodles. These are the best noodles for this chow mein. You can't use the egg noodles. You've got to use these chow mein noodles. I do sometimes double this recipe. It makes a lot. If you're doing it for a big crowd, you can double, do 2 bags of it, just add more vegetables and stuff to it. Tonight it's just us, so I'm just making 1 bag of it. The other thing that you're gonna need is, you can see behind me a little bit there at the stove, you need your wok, and you need some vegetable oil. Don't use olive oil because it doesn't have that high of a heating point, right? So it'll burn. So you need to use some vegetable oil. I don't know about avocado oil. I've never tried it with this, but I just always just stick with the basics with this recipe. So anyway, so that's the ingredients. And then in the next video, I'm going to actually cook it for you and you can see how it's put together. Okay, so here we are at the stove. I've got my wok heating up. I've got about probably 2 tablespoons of oil in here. You want your wok to get, you know, smoking. So, and that's what it's doing now. So we start. We're just going to add the celery and the mushrooms into the wok. And you want to saute them, you know, until the celery is tender crisp. I do. I just wanted to say a couple things I forgot to at the very beginning in regards to your soy sauce and your chicken stock. Just to make sure when you, whatever brand you're using or type, whatever, of each, that, you know, they're not really super salty, especially your soy sauce. That's why I like China Lily, because it's not a really salty soy sauce, and I like that it's a deep dark color, and it's slightly thicker than some of the, like Cocoa Bean or something like those. Those ones aren't, you know, that thick. So I like the thickness of it, and it's not too salty, because if you know, if you have salty on both of them, then it's going to be a really salty dish. But anyway, so that's what I wanted to say about that. And, you know, because mushrooms, when you're sauteing them especially, you know, they do tend to suck up the oil that you're using, or, you know, even with your just sauteing mushrooms, they do that. They're little sponges. So if you find that, you know, it's your wok is just getting too dry, you can always add a little bit more oil to it. Don't be afraid to do that. Like I said, there's no written recipe for this. It's all just out of my head. So, whatever you do, don't ever use butter, because, you know, that will certainly burn. And, you know, if you notice, there's no onions. I don't put onions in this recipe. You can if you want to, if you like onions in your chow mein. I don't. You know, when I do my other types of chow mein with egg noodle and stuff, I'll do, you know, I do onion in them because I put lots of stuff in it. It's like a house special chow mein. So I add seafood and, you know, chicken, and all my family and friends, of course, know that. So, okay, so this looks pretty good. So now what you want to do, this is the fun part. So now we're going to add our noodles. You just dump them all right in there. You don't cook them ahead of time. Just put them all in, like that. And then you add the bean sprouts in, like so. Now, what I do, I use my hands a little bit in this at this particular point, because it's kind of hard to incorporate all these bean sprouts and everything into the noodles when they're still hard and everything, right? So, and, you know, the veggies too. So I just start stirring it around. And like I said, sorry, I don't have like a tripod that is very conducive to a cooking video, but I think you guys can see pretty good. Anyway, you're getting the gist of it. Okay, so now, oh, I just need a sip. Because, you know, I like cooking with wine. So now we're going to add our chicken stock. You want to hear that nice little bubble in there. So I didn't add it all. I added about a cup for right now, just to see. I want to see like how wet it actually is, because it's going to, that's how these noodles are going to cook actually, is with all the liquid that we're going to put in here. So, and like I said, I'm sorry, there's no hard and fast rule to this. A lot of it, I just eyeball it. Okay, so, and then this, see, like there's some liquid in the bottom there, and you want to see that a little bit, and try to mix it through your chow mein. Get it nice and wet, like so. And then I'm going to add the soy sauce. And I just kind of pour it on. And you know what? Yeah, I will be putting more in here. So, okay, so that was like just over 1/4 cup. I'm just going to mix it in. And I can always tell, like by the color, how much more I'm going to add. Or if I'm even going to add any more. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be adding more here in a second. So, you know, maybe it is a 1/2 cup, perhaps. Something like that. Okay. And then, you know, also you can smell it too. Like it smells so good. It smells so good. So I'm just, you know what? I probably have like 1/4 cup left in this bottle. So I'm actually going to add it all. Because it's so good like that. Oh yeah, that looks better. See, it's starting to get darker. And that's what I want to see. Okay, so now, so this wok was on high. It was on maximum when I started, and it's still on maximum. I'm just wanting to get it at just a little bit hotter now. Like I want almost bring that liquid back up to a boil in the pan here with the chow mein. And then I kind of get it all together here. I'm not adding any more of the chicken stock because there's enough liquid in here now. So actually, okay, I use like 1 1/4 cup of the chicken stock to 1 bag of the parquet noodles, and then like probably 1/2 cup, maybe a little under 1/2 cup of the soy sauce. Okay, so now that's nice and hot. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn this down to low. I put it at like on my stove number 2, just to simmer it, just to keep it simmering, and get my lid and cover my wok. And I want this to cook for probably, I'm going to check it again in about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Just give it a stir, and you know, then you'll notice the noodles starting to get softer. And it's okay if it sticks on the bottom. Just scrape that up and mix it in, because actually those scrapings on the bottom, when you scrape, it's really good, and it gets like a little crispy. It's yummy. And so you can, you know, do that, because as far as I'm concerned, that's the best part. So we'll check again in a few minutes. Okay, so chow mein's been, actually it's been longer than like 10 minutes because I was busy making my sweet and sour pork, but it's okay. I had it on low, so I'm just going to turn it off now. Put my lid down over here. There we go. I'm just going to give it another stir. Now, when you go, after it's been, you know, 10 or 15 minutes or so that you've cooked it, there's no more liquid going to be there, because the noodles have absorbed all of the liquid, and that's how it's supposed to be. So you can see like all of the noodles are cooked, and it's nice and soft, and I'm scraping the bottom, getting up all that flavor. That's what it's called, people. Stuff on the bottom of the pan is called flavor, and that's the best part. So yeah, mixing it all in there. Sorry, that's kind of loud and obnoxious. So now I'm going to taste it for you guys, because, you know, I made it. So good. Just like takeout chicken chow mein without the chicken though, but so good. Yummy. I hope you guys like my first little video, and I really hope that you guys give this a try, because it's so yummy. Make your own like ribs or whatever, and then have this on the side, because it's delicious. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Happy, oh yeah, Super Bowl Sunday. Bye.